What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Then We Eat. On today's episode, we're going to be making old-fashioned donuts. Today's a perfect day to be making donuts. Why? It's fresh oil day. You start cooking with that oil and you get french fries and fish and chicken wings, and you saw us make scotch eggs in it a couple months ago. The oil starts to get dirty and it starts to taste terrible. Making donuts in that, it's no good. So the first thing we do every time we change the oil is make donuts, then we get a perfect dessert and they taste great. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is cream together our sugar, egg yolks, and butter. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to add 1 cup of sugar, 4 egg yolks, and 1/4 cup of butter. So we'll go ahead, we'll cream that together, and then we'll carry on. Alright, we got that mixed together. It's pretty creamy and yellow now. So we'll go ahead, we'll add our sour cream. So that was 1.5 cups of sour cream. As is the case with all of our videos, you can find the full recipe list in the description box below, just in case I forget to tell you something later on. So we'll go ahead, we're going to give this a mix together, and then we'll carry on. So that looks well incorporated. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to add some baking powder and some salt to that, and then we're going to give it another mix. Alright, now to another bowl. We need to add some flour and some cornstarch. We're going to stir that together, and then slowly, about 1 cup at a time, we're going to add that mixture to our wet mixture that we saw already. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of the flour mixture at a time, then we're going to give that a mix together, then we'll add a little more. So my dough got a little too dry, so I had to switch to mixing it by hand. If I had to use the stand mixer, I probably could have got away with that without having to do this, but here we are. Alright, so that should be it for the mixture. It looks good. I've gone ahead, I've sprayed a metal bowl. We're going to put some plastic wrap in here, then we're going to add the mixture to this and put it in the refrigerator for a while. Alright, so let's see how successfully I can get this out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw those in the fridge. We'll see you in a little while after they've sat. Alright, we're back. The donuts have been sitting for about 2 hours now. If you want to leave them a little longer, that's fine. 2 hours should be long enough. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to carry on. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to put a tiny bit of flour down on the cutting board, or the counter in this case. Kind of spread it out a bit. Then we're going to drop our donut mixture right on top. Take that plastic wrap off. We're just going to kind of flatten it down onto the floured surface here. Put a little bit of flour on the top. Mix it around. Then we're going to roll it out. We're going to roll it into about a 1/2 inch block of donut. Alright, so we've got this measured to roughly a 1/2 inch. As you can see, looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead. I've got a couple of cutters here. So I'm going to cut a circle out. Then I'm going to stick this in the middle. And that's hopefully going to cut a hole in the middle of the donut. Let's go ahead and see how well this works out. So it wasn't the cleanest donut I've ever made, but not bad. I'll carry on, I'll do the rest of them. I'd say those look pretty good. Then it'll be time to start deep frying. So one thing I did when I cut my second donut was I dipped the hole cutter in flour first. As you can see, the donut on the right came out a lot more uniform than the donut on the left. The donut on the left, you can see there's kind of imperfections in it from where I had to fight to try to pull the donut cutter out. The one on the right, pretty smooth all the way around. So I'd highly recommend just a tiny bit of flour on your cutter. Makes life a lot easier. All right, donuts are ready to go. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of donuts, and I left some as donut holes, Timbits, munchkins. Depends on what donut company you go to visit, but there's a name for them. The common name is donut hole, so we'll go with donut holes today. So I have a whole bunch of donut holes, whole bunch of donuts. We'll get the deep fryer going. Time to start cooking. All right, deep fryer is up to temperature. Let's get cooking. Essentially all we're gonna do, just pick up our donut, just drop it right in that oil. We'll do maybe 6 per. And if you make sure to drop them away from you, if the oil splashes, it's gonna splash away from you and not towards you. And as somebody that cooked their fingers in deep fryer a couple weeks ago, cooking those chicken, let me tell you, you don't wanna burn yourself with oil. So let those cook for about a minute or two, then they should be done. It'll be time for the next batch. All right, the donuts have been about a minute. I'm gonna give them a quick flip just to make sure that the tops also get cooked, and then they'll be done. It'll be time for batch number 2. These are awfully big donuts. All right, those donuts have been a couple minutes. They should be perfect. Let's check on them and see how they are. Oh yeah, those look good. We'll pull those out. I have a wire rack just over here. As you can see, paper towel, wire rack. This is just gonna let them drain. Get any excess oil off them, give them something to soak the oil up. Be perfect. So I'll finish taking these ones out, I'll put another batch in, and you'll see me when it's time to do the donut holes. All right, I got a couple batches of donuts done here. I haven't gone ahead and done the donut holes. Those will get cooked the same way the donuts did. They may take a little less time because they're a little bit smaller, but the process is exactly the same. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna try one of these donuts, let you know how they taste. So I also off screen went ahead and I sugared these. All you do, it's a mixture of sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg. As soon as the donuts come out, you're gonna throw them in the sugar mixture. The sugar is gonna start to melt onto the donut, it'll stick to it, then you'll get this exact sugar covered donut that you see here. So I'm gonna go ahead, give it a shot, let you know how it tastes. That's a very good donut. Not a lot of flavor inside, so it's a good thing I put the sugar mixture on it. I did intend to put cinnamon and nutmeg inside of these. I forgot, which is why the sugar went on top. I would recommend sticking the cinnamon and the nutmeg inside, but not bad considering. Lots of flavor. You can taste that egg yolk. It's nice and flaky inside, which is what you get from adding that cornstarch. Really, really good donuts. So that's it for this video. Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share it with anybody you know, and let us know down below. What's your favorite kind of donut? Oh, and don't forget, first we cook, then we eat. So good.